Hi everyone! So today I am making what's known as Sprite pie, although I'm not using Sprite. I'm going to be using cola and cream soda instead because I want to mix it up a little bit, because that's how I roll. So this video was first brought to my attention by Kalen Allen. He reacted to the video on Twitter and I saw it. The video was originally posted on TikTok by Kitchen Tool. And he did not react kindly to it. It looked horrible. And I was curious and wanted to try it. I then, through just general browsing, found out that this woman, Emmy, made Sprite pie as well on YouTube. So, and actually, she said it tastes pretty good. So she kind of broke down the recipe, both based on, I guess it's called a water pie, a recipe that was made a lot during the Depression, during war, during hard times, based on the simplicity of the ingredients, and kind of used that type of recipe to translate it to the Sprite pie. Instead of water, she used Sprite. Instead of Sprite, I'm using Pepsi and cream soda. So, yeah, this should be interesting. I really want to try this myself and give it a go. So, I am using, instead of a store-bought pie crust, which I did not have, I am going to be using a homemade pie crust because for me that was easier than going to the grocery store in the midst of a pandemic to buy a crust. Making it made more sense to me. So, which I will also include the link to this pie crust down in the bottom, as well as the link to the original TikTok video, the link to Emmy's video, and the link to Kalen's reaction. So there'll be quite a few links in the description box below. So let's get started with this, shall we? So I've got my pie crust set up. I've got it on, as Emmy mentioned, a tray baking sheet covered with parchment paper in case it overflows. So I'm going to take my pop, I want to confirm that it tastes good together. I'm pretty sure I've done cream soda and cola before, but I just want to confirm that this particular swamp water mix tastes good. Yeah, I like those flavors. So it's just, we pour the pop directly into the pie crust. So I'll just kind of pour them together so I get an even, or as even, I mean, you could measure them out so you get an actually even one, but why? There we go. That's pretty full there. And then the next step was sprinkle flour and sugar over into this. So here's the flour and sugar already mixed. And just kind of both said to slowly mix it. Because yes, it does start to fizz. I don't know if you can hear that fizzing. So you can kind of see that fizzing there as we sprinkle the flour and sugar into the pop mixture there. And this recipe has a lot of sugar, both from the pop and then also from just this mixture itself. So definitely this is something that my dentist would not be happy me eating, or maybe would be, because then I would be paying a lot of bills for him. And there's also a little bit of sugar in this pie crust as well. Okay, so that's all done. Now to put the butter on. So both videos talked about grating the butter, so that's what I did. That was not fun, grating butter. Don't recommend it. Not doing that again, because it's a big pain to grate butter. But here it is, and just sprinkle that on top. This is going to be very, very interesting. And then vanilla. So I was debating about including the vanilla, because vanilla and cream soda, not super great combination, but vanilla and Pepsi, super awesome combination. So I decided because I went with the Pepsi, I'm going to use the vanilla. But if you choose to not use Pepsi or they did use it in the Sprite recipe, both. So yeah. Okay, so both videos had tinfoil around the crust edges so that it won't burn. Emmy showed a really cool way, really super easy way of doing it. So I'm going to try it her way. So her way was literally just to wrap the entire pie in tinfoil and then create an X through the pie itself, the tinfoil into the pie itself. Okay, so that didn't work out quite as well as I'd hoped. You can see there's still some crust, so that might end up getting a little burnt, but that's okay. We'll live with that. So according to Emmy's video, we put this in a 400 degree Fahrenheit oven for 30 minutes and then turn it down to 375 for another 30 minutes. So let's do this. I will say, I don't know how this pie is going to turn out, but it does actually smell really good. Really, really, really good. I think it's mostly the crust that smells good. But yeah, it actually smells good, so we'll see. It's got about 15 minutes left to bake, and then it's got to cool completely. So, yeah, as I said earlier, it won't be till later tonight, but, well, a few seconds for you. Later tonight for me. But yeah, so I'm actually kind of excited about this. It should be interesting. So, yeah. Okay. So I let the pie sit in my fridge overnight to hope that it would solidify a little bit more. Doesn't look like it did. So I don't know how this worked for Emmy. Because I went back and actually rewatched it a few times to make sure I didn't forget like gelatin or anything. This would work really well with gelatin, I would think, though. So if it tastes good, maybe if you want to make it, I would try adding gelatin. My crust turned out perfectly though, so yay! Yay homemade crust! So yeah, I'm going to cut this away from the counter because, as I said, it doesn't look like it fully set and I don't want to get accidentally spill liquid. I can see it spilling all over my counter and getting by my phone, and I really don't want that to happen, so I'm going to cut it away from that. And see, first I'll give you a shot of what it looks like, and then we'll cut it and give it a taste and go from there. This could be very, very interesting. So here it is, after sitting overnight, you can see. Yeah, now Emmy did say her middle was liquid, so hopefully enough of this set that it's still edible and not, drinkable. But yeah, we'll give this a shot. So that did not solidify at all. I don't know why it worked in the video, but not for me. I don't think the fact that I used cola and cream soda would have caused it to not solidify. I could be wrong though. So I'll have to look into that a little bit more with some people who know more about baking than I do, to see if that could have been why it didn't solidify, whether it was the caffeine. I can't imagine the color would have made a difference. I highly doubt the caffeine would have made a difference because you can freeze caffeine. I don't know. It's not like there was alcohol in there. If there was alcohol in either of those, then yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's alcohol in vanilla, but it wouldn't have been enough. Plus, there was vanilla in the original recipe anyway. So yeah, but definitely, I think... Okay, so let's give this lovely mess, except for the crust. The crust is gorgeous. I just didn't... I think I should have sprayed the pan or floured the pan or something, done more with the pan to get the crust out easier. But that wouldn't have helped this, just for future actual pies. But yeah, the crust turned out perfectly. I'm super happy with the crust. Yay! So let's give this mess a taste. That's very sweet. I'm not sure how I feel about this, to be quite honest. It's very sweet. And like what Emmy was saying with the Sprite, you can definitely taste both the cola and the cream soda in this. Definitely, if you want to make this, I would recommend putting gelatin in, because I don't think I'm going, because that should work, and I don't think I'm going to make this again to confirm that. But yeah, this was an adventure for sure. I'm going to probably finish this and like drain the rest of it and just eat the crust. Because it is a really good crust. Yeah. I don't think this quite deserved the horrified look that Kaylin gave it, but yeah, definitely not a recommendation. I would not recommend this. But it was a fun experiment to try. So there you go. And it stopped me from drinking all that pop. So there we go. Because I'm definitely not going to finish this. So here's to cooking experiments and baking experiments. They don't always go right, but there's at least always lessons to be learned and something salvageable about them when they do go wrong. So, and it keeps it fun and interesting. Cheers. After eating that pie, I genuinely feel like I've been pranked, but it actually seems like it was a pie. Like, I looked up water pie, and it seems like it actually was a thing. I don't get it. I don't know how it could have solidified. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I might have to talk to my grandma, see if she remembers, talk to people who actually lived during that decade to see if it was actually a thing. Unless the whole internet is pranking me right now. Might have to actually look into some old cookbooks, but I don't know how that could solidify. I don't know. Yeah. So, that's there you go. There you go. I had fun though. I'm glad I came across it. It was definitely worth doing anyway, even if it was a prank. Haha. You got me. But yeah. I mean, I could see that working, as I said, with gelatin. If you add gelatin to it, I could see it actually working. I don't know why you'd want to do it and serve it, but yeah, it was definitely edible or drinkable. It's like soup. It was soup, is what it was. It's dessert soup. There we go. That's what we could call it. And the crust was crackers. So yeah, there's my overall thing on it. So yeah, see ya.